At Mars Venus, we focus on natural solutions to keep you healthy. And one of the most powerful things that I've discovered in the last year, now I did not invent this, but I'm always researching and studying for us, and it is called Bravo Probiotic Yogurt. GcMAF Bravo Probiotic Yogurt. Now this has got a big history, and it is actually tremendous new research in the last couple of years showing that this probiotic yogurt is actually beneficial for people with serious conditions. There's lots of research out there talking about how it affects people for cancer, for autism, and for chronic fatigue, and a whole range of conditions people are experiencing. And these research studies report people experiencing dramatic benefits. If you're interested and you have serious disease or sickness, you can do your own research on GcMAF, new emerging awareness. Now, for 12 years it's been around, but the early versions were not as effective. It has become more and more effective. They learned that for it to work, the body also needs oleic acid, which is in olive oil, which is probably why the Mediterranean diet works so well, because there's the oleic acid, and there's this, which is necessary for vitamin D to work in the body. So for vitamin D to work in the body, this is the most important thing to understand. Today, the biggest vitamin you can get out there that there's more research on, and even doctors recommend it, and they know very little about health, they recommend it, and it is vitamin D, vitamin D2 or vitamin D3. And generally, most people are recommending the vitamin D3. So what they have found is that for vitamin D3, or for vitamin D in the body, which is also made by lots of sunshine, by the way, without sunblock. That's a little add in there. We might talk about that later. But the body has to utilize vitamin D for 3,000 different genes. That's a lot of genes, 3,000 different genes. So basically, all these conditions that people are having in modern life all stem down to low vitamin D. Well, it turns out that yes, it's low vitamin D because people are not getting enough sunshine, they're putting lots of sunblock on and so forth. But also, even if you have vitamin D, you still have all these conditions, these serious conditions. What they found is that for vitamin D, even if you're making it, it has to bind with oleic acid with a protein called GcMAF. So GcMAF is called vitamin D binding protein. So it allows, in simple terms, it allows your vitamin D to work in your body. And you're thinking, well, why don't we, if this is so necessary for health, why don't we make it? Now, I'm recommending this use of probiotic Bravo yogurt. You make it at home, and I'm going to give you the instructions on how to make it. It's homemade, healthy yogurt, which is the most unique yogurt in the world as far as I know. It has 42 different probiotics. And in a laboratory, it has been proven to produce GcMAF, this amazing protein that's necessary for vitamin D to work. So go look online, check out every single condition needs vitamin D, and guess what? If you're not getting the benefits of vitamin D and you're feeling tired or exhausted, or your brain's not focused, or your body's not making glutathione, all these important things I talk about, they all depend upon, literally almost everything, healthy processes in the body depend upon healthy vitamin D function. And if our body's not making enough GcMAF, which is the vitamin D binding protein, then the body can't do what it's designed to do as efficiently as we want it to. So what happens with people with serious conditions is their immune system becomes compromised. So let me explain that for a moment. It's like when people have cancer, for example, the immune system is just not being able to attack the cancer. You take somebody like me or most healthy people, we all have some cancer in our body, but the immune system is constantly knocking it out. But people who are missing GcMAF, their immune system is not being activated to knock it out. Now that's research you can find now all over the website. It's very controversial, but what we know is there's absolutely no side effects and there's only benefits of the yogurt. And the yogurt, which I recommend the yogurt, and to suggest for healthy gut function. What happens throughout our lives when we're exposed to pesticides, GMOs are saturated with something called glyphosates. It's the pesticide they put on the GMO. and it doesn't kill the plant if it's a genetically modified organism. So what happens is that those glyphosates, they don't kill human cells, that's why they're legal, but they go in and they kill the healthy probiotics in your gut, the beneficial bacteria that have been evolving with us for the last millions of years. These beneficial bacteria are there, and if you take if you're exposed to the glyphosates, the pesticides, also heavy metal toxicity, and of course many people are getting vaccinations which all have heavy metals in them. So once again, that also goes into the gut and kills the good bacteria. We've all heard this story also with antibiotics. Typically even a doctor will say, if I'm giving you antibiotics, remember to take a lot of probiotics. Well, taking a lot of probiotics is like saying, go take vitamins. I mean, it's a little bit more sophistication to probiotics than just take probiotics. There's all kinds of probiotics out there. And generally, you're getting about 3 in most mixtures. There's some that have more that are more expensive. Well, this Bravo yogurt has the 42 probiotics that in the laboratory has been tested to prove that it makes a beneficial dose. If you take half a cup of yogurt a day, you're going to get a beneficial dose of GcMAF and 19 other very important factors that this yogurt makes as well. So this is what I'm hearing from people is their digestion improves, their breathing capacity improves, their endurance increases, their ability to focus improves. Literally everything kind of improves. And why is that? Because vitamin D is working more efficiently and it's involved in 3,000 different things. So I'm not making any claims for any diseases or sicknesses or whatever. Other people are doing that, but I wanted to make this available because I tried it out. And when I tried it out, the first night, now remember, I'm doing lots of good nutrition. I'm a healthy guy here. But for me, I took it before bed. I took my 10,000 units of vitamin D along with it, and it had an astounding effect for me. And this is for me. Remember, I'm already really healthy, so it just gave me a boost. I woke up that morning and I ran down to town. I live on a mountain, and I ran all the way back with my dog. I've never run down the mountain. I just had so much energy. Now I won't have continuing to have that much energy, but it was like such a transformation that I could just keep going without getting tired. Now I don't want to spend all that time running around all the time, but I can now. I can run nonstop without, I'm not like a marathon runner or anything. Normally I could run to the bottom of my driveway and that would wipe me out. Suddenly I can just keep going on and on and on. And I attribute that to improve vitamin D function in my body. It also helps produce glutathione. It also helps make energy in the body. It also helps the brain focus. Wow. This is something that everybody, I think, would benefit an extra lift from over a 3-month period. Now, they don't know how long you should be taking it, but, history in the past, people always use yogurt. And so this is a special mixture. You make it, and I want to explain how it's done because it's something you have to put some work into. So these are the little packets it comes. Now, I'm right now, eventually it will be available around the country. But right now, I order it from Switzerland so that people can have it. It's not yet available in the United States. And it's becoming more available, but right now it's not.